Good morning, my friends. I haven't been in the front yard for a while, and I thought I would just show you what's going on out here. As you can see, the flags out. It's a beautiful day. This is the 27th of April, and I just trimmed the bougainvillea back, and they're just beginning to going to start blooming again. But as you can see, they are trimmed from up underneath to give us that height and umbrella effect, and they'll start to bloom. They come back every year. I have to trim them probably about 6-7 times a year just to keep that shape. Underneath, this is a vinca that I planted here probably 10-12 years ago, and it dies back and it drops its seeds, and then it comes back and blooms again. So, you know, how could you not want that plant there? These are more of the tomatoes. If you saw yesterday's video, it's the tomatoes that I have been growing, and this is the Principale Borghese. The seeds came from Baker's Creek Heirloom Seed Company, and they really, every one of them came up, just every single one. Oh, look at that, I see just a little hint of leaf miner. And the way I get rid of leaf miner is to pull it away. But you can see I've got blossoms, and I've got blossoms on just every one of these. Every one has blossoms on it. And then underneath there, I planted the same thing that I did in the back, which was the combination of Sweet Alyssum and Purple Lady Bok Choy. So pretty, so pretty. And I like this little rock border, except for when the bougainvillea leaves and blooms drop, they keep dropping into there, and so it's a constant little pickup job. Coming back down, I've got Salvia. I have what was it called? Peppermint stick balsam, the little pink flowers, and that reseeds itself also. So it's one of those, if you don't want it to take over, make sure you get it out early before the seeds all start dropping. The Amaryllis have pretty much finished blooming. You can see the leaves that are left behind, but and they're so pretty, and I leave them all year until they really start to drag over. The bulb is way down there. To have to dig that out, I'm going to have to dig out part of the liriope, because the liriope roots will intertangle with the Amaryllis roots. You can see leaves get torn. I don't think it's anything eating it. It's just we have a lot of wind here, and things go flying by and nip it off and what have you. The one I wanted to show you was this is a gardenia that I had growing in the backyard, and I transplanted it a few years back, and boy oh boy, it just went through a couple years of shock. And then it seems like every fall, winter, the leaves turn yellow. No matter what I'm doing, even if I'm fertilizing with the same thing all year long, the leaves get really sparse. And then all of a sudden spring comes along, and the top leaves turn green, the yellow ones fall off. I get a beautiful flush of not only new leaves, but these gorgeous, gosh, I wish I could give you smell-o-vision. Oh, just beautiful. I came out this morning, and as soon as I was opening the garage door, I got the whiff of probably there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe close to a dozen blooms on this, and it's just heavenly. It really is. That's just a beautiful fragrance maker. Up the stairway, I have the giant Japanese greens, And I mean, this is just, we're having trouble keeping up with eating it. Back behind that, I have the Mizuna greens, and I can see this one is really dry, and two more tomatoes. Behind that, I have just a mixed green on this side, and this was a Parisian carrots, and then some volunteers of Chinese multicolored greens. But these Parisian carrots are so tiny that I don't even think they're worth it. Back behind that, this is a cranberry hibiscus, and you can use it for tea. You can eat the leaves, they're delicious. There's an Evergreens tomato that just dropped a seed in here, and I've just let it go, and it's been providing, I've probably gotten 50 little tomatoes off of it, of which you see the size of them. 50 is about 3 ounces. And then over on this side is the avocado that's being grown from seed. And these are the seeds from the, let me pop one for you. There you go. These are the seeds from the balsam. They're incredible amount of seeds. I mean, you could just see. And this is what I'm growing over by the telephone post, the telephone, wherever that little box thing is over there. Anyway, moving right along, everything else is pretty much the same. The Amaryllis back here are being grown in pots. And so you can see now I have 2 that are coming up late. These guys have all bloomed, so they'll get cut back. And then I can take those pots and I can either leave them here for the summer because I have irrigation back there, or I can move them somewhere else. It will, depend on what I feel like. And you can see this is liriope. This is a solid liriope. I did have devil's heart caladiums growing in there, and I think that was a Florida white. I'm not quite sure. Or Galaxy was the variety, and I had them growing all along here, and for some reason or other they just kind of petered out as it went along. Crepe myrtle is getting real close to blooming. Probably by next month, sometime in May, we'll start to see them. Down below we have pentas in the really deep red. The salvia is the kind of was that a fire engine red, and then you have the balsam there and blooming in pink. And the balsam's interesting because it seems like it blooms in both pink and red. Kind of a nice cover. And this will get taller, so it'll kind of hide this, whatever this thing is called. And I've told you before that everyone now has cell phones and nobody seems to have a landline. Back there is my hedges and crotons, and it leads off to the backyard. And I also have some aloe back there that seems to go its own path. It grows and blooms, and it's very beautiful for aloe. Down here in the front, this is my swale garden, or my Colberry Avenue garden. And again, here's some of the balsam that has just come back. It wasn't planted. The seeds blow in. And pentas, and the pentas were all volunteers in the yard, and I just brought them out here. And the caladiums as well. Caladiums almost, even though they come from a bulb, it seems like they get in your soil, and as I move my soil around, then I also move my caladiums around. Things just kind of go as they will. And I'm not a really rigid gardener. I'm just kind of a little bit more relaxed gardener, and I try to make things look pretty, and I try to make myself happy about it. And so anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to show you what's happening in the front yard. I showed you the backyard yesterday, and I find that this time of the year I'm spending more time in the backyard than I am in the front yard. And this is our big Drake elm tree that started out as a little tiny sapling, and it's probably about 18 feet now, maybe 20, I don't know. Someday I suppose it'll have to come out, and it will be the I would love to save some of that wood. I was going to say I think it'll be the monster on the street, but when it is cut down, I will certainly save a lot of sections of the wood. So anyway, I just wanted to say, garden what you've got. I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope you'll subscribe and come to visit me again, and you know that if you do, that I'll be here. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.